Hi, everyone. Corey Mendelson coming to you live from New Intelligence here in sunny Florida. And I'm here with my special guest, Isabel Roldan, CFO from MIC Food. And while I was down here in Florida, I figured I'd take the opportunity to talk to her and see her experiences in regards to working with the solution, the QuickStart solution for SAP Business One, our reporting and dashboarding solution. So I'd like to introduce Isabel, and maybe we can get a little bit of some words from her and hear what she has to say. Isabel, maybe you can just tell me or tell the people a little bit about yourself in regards to your role and what your company does.
Okay, so our company is MIC Food, and we are importers and marketers and distributors of frozen fruits and vegetables. We specialize in plantain, yuca, and sweet potato products, among others. And yeah, so we've been doing it since 1987.
Okay. And in regards to your role in the organization and what you do, I know you wear many hats inside of the organization, and I know you always have a million things going on. What's your typical day or your typical week like in regards to running the business and so forth?
Well, the most important aspect for me is to provide the organization with accurate information. So that's the most important thing that I do.
Okay. And in regards to, we've been working together now, I think it's been now just almost 4 years now, in regards to working with the Quick Start solution for SAP Business One. What has been your compelling reason? What made you want to look at a solution like this? And what were you kind of doing before working with this kind of solution? What was your day to day life working with and trying to get out that information? What were the challenges that you were experiencing?
Well, we did a lot of Excel sheets and trying to extract information about sales, about customers, about all kinds of information, and it would take a very long time. So with Quick Start, we are able to not worry about that, but just extract what's important into reports, into whatever dashboards we created, and it just makes it very easy to analyze information instead of gathering the information.
So I know that you don't have a large IT, personnel inside the organization, and a lot of organizations are similar in nature where they're outsourcing a lot of those areas. But again, there's certain things that are important that they need to keep internal. Not having that IT internal resources to be able to work with this kind of solution, did you find it to be any sort of challenge for you in regards to working with the tool from the get-go? Did you find it, was it, what was the ramp up like in regards to learning the tool in your experience?
The implementation was very quick. It was just a matter of making the connections into our SAP Business One information and gathering all the information. In terms of IT, we gave you access to our outsourced IT company, and they they were able to very quickly get you working with our system.
So I know that when we started, many years ago, we started with certain areas in the operations areas before we started getting into some of the more detailed areas of the financials. Being the CFO of the organization, financials is obviously pretty key and very important for you. We find also a lot of organizations, they'll start with operations or they'll downplay a little bit more the financials because they want to serve the rest of the organization. Now, working with the financials, and as we're starting to get more involved in it, and I know we're working on a few things with regards to currently now with some of that budgeting issues or challenges that we have. How are you finding that process now in regards to going through the information from the financials? Is it giving you, better insight? Is it making it easier for you compared to what you were working with before from directly out of SAP Business One?
Yes, SAP Business One is wonderful, but it's not very good at um, just showing you in a very easy to analyze way your information. So that's what we're doing with the quick start is um, looking at our business. We started out um, just basic sales. What are we selling? How many cases to what customer? And as time went along, then we realized, well, there's a lot more information that we can analyze. And so we started adding categories, subcategories, regions by salesperson. And so having this tool makes it very easy to do that. If I can think of something that I want to analyze, I'm able to do it with the system. So that's what's going on.
So it didn't require you to kind of have to reach out to a third party. You felt, empowered for you to be able to do it yourself and really being, self-sufficient and not have to kind of worry about, oh, I want to be able to do something quick. You had the skill set
Yes.
yourself to be able to do that.
Yes, you were able to show me how to create reports, and I did. I did that for a while, and then in the middle of last July, we hired a business analyst, and at one point I thought, oh, we're not going to need cocktails anymore, and then he came in and he said, oh my God, what a wonderful tool! This is going to make my job so much easier, and so he's been able to work with it and really likes it.
Sure. And so, you touched on one of the interesting points, which was, adding additional fields. I know that SAP Business One has the ability to create a lot of user-defined fields,
Mhm.
also known as UDFs. And for you working with, SAP Business One, you were able to add those user-defined fields easily into the solution to give you the insight that you wanted. Because when we look at some of the things like item group, which is standard out of SAP
Mhm.
Business One, you were adding a lot of additional stuff that you wanted to have inside of SAP Business One, from the item master, item category, and all these item preferred vendors and all that stuff. Being able to pull in a lot of additional information to give you more context of the data that you're looking at. In terms of from the initial implementation to where you are today in regards to the additional UDFs or user defined fields that you've added into the system, is this something that you see that you're adding frequently, or is it now that you're stabilized in regards to what you want to look at, the number of UDFs that you put into play already is giving you the insight and the direction that you want to be able to see what's going on?
I believe that after 4 years, we pretty much have in the solution everything that we need. But of course, things come up,
Yep.
and the different departments when they realize that the system is able to give us information, they'll say, oh, what about this? Can I add another field? So I would say once a year we'll probably be adding more.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that if I would do something different from the very beginning,
Yep.
would be to look at, understand what this is going to give me, and so I would have added more fields from the very beginning rather than later.
Yeah, and again, a lot of customers, we try to tell them, start off with a base, because we feel that customers that are working with the solution, until they get it with their data, until they're able to play with it and work with the solution, they don't necessarily know the power of what it can give you.
Right.
It's almost eye-opening to the point where, I get this a lot, where customers will say, oh, they had a certain context of what they thought it was going to give them. They knew it was going to be powerful. They just don't realize to the degree. So what would happen is they would be like, okay, I thought I was going to be able to do this. Now that I see this, now that means I can do this, this, and that.
Mhm.
And it just opens up the possibilities. And so we always tell customers, don't try to necessarily bite off more than you can chew. Work with kind of a manageable chunk and get the stuff that you want, that that's working. And then once you have that, then you can start adding additional things, because otherwise it's just going to make, a little bit, it's going to be more difficult to deploy, just because of, the complexities of, what
The
we want to
mapping
do.
a lot.
The
Mhm.
map, well, not only necessarily the mapping, but again, if you don't know the possibilities of what it's going to give you and how you're going to analyze it, a lot of those customized fields that you added, those other UDF fields, were for specific business purposes. And a lot of times we don't necessarily want to customize SAP Business One because of there's obviously inherent costs that come with customizing, and you only need it really for reporting purposes.
Right.
So, okay. And so in regards to companies that are looking at these type of solutions, there's obviously alternatives that are out there on the market. What sort of advice would you be able to give to a customer or a company that is looking at these kind of solutions? What would be a reason for them to look at this in greater detail compared to some of the other things that might have been out there at the time? What would be a compelling reason? What are some advice that you give to a customer that would be looking at this? They're about to start or go down this path. What advice would you give them?
Well, my advice to customers who are potential customers that are looking into in implementing this would be to look at other companies in your repertoire and see what they're doing, what kind of reporting they're doing, how is this impacting their business. I would start with there. Look at not one, not two, maybe three, and so you get an idea of how powerful the system is and how it could potentially help you.
Right. So, we've been working together a long time. I think it's been almost 4 years right now. What has been your experience working with NewIntelligence? How, from a customer support perspective, from an ongoing assistance, what has been your experience on a regular basis in dealing with us as an organization? Both positive and maybe negative, but hopefully it's it's more the on the positive side. But what has been your experience working with us as an organization?
My experience with NewIntelligence has been whenever I need anything, immediately I get a response. I've never had to, wait more than an hour for somebody to call me back, if that. So on the contrary, I ask for something, you reply, and they take my time responding to you. But it's been very, very good experience.
Perfect. Well, thank you. So, one of the things that we try to do is, as I've told many customers, business is running on a regular basis and things are going at hyper speed. We know that we want to try and deliver things as quickly as possible and be able to respond as quickly as possible, because we know decisions are sometimes, mission critical. So we want to make sure that we're able to get back to you in a time that we feel is important. And maybe we might not be able to get everything done, within that, that hour or that time frame, but we want to make sure that we're responding to you. So at least we're acknowledging what you're requesting. We say, okay, this is what we either have a quick answer for you, or we'll let you know, we'll give us a little bit of time and we'll kind of come back to you with a resolve.
Yeah, and you're also very good at asking about priorities. Okay, so what's crucial right now?
Right.
What can we help you out of these three things that you're asking me? And so that's worked out really well too.
Awesome. Okay, great. Well, I want to thank Isabel for taking the time. I really appreciate it. This has just been, my visit here at MIC Food, and it's been really a great time to be back here after being away for such a long period of time, thanks to COVID, of course. But in any case, I'm really happy I got a chance to meet some of the other people that are working with the solution, and it's just been, great to be down here once again, just to not only enjoy, I would say, the weather, but it's been raining ever since I got here. But aside from that, it's been obviously a true pleasure. So if you want to learn more about the QuickStart solution for SAP Business One, check out sap.newintelligence.ca. And I'm looking forward to collaborating with you guys down the road. Thanks again, and hope yourself have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now.